Hey, I'm Frank the Pestgeek, host of the Pestgeek podcast and owner of Naturepest. I get asked all the time, how do I properly treat a stove? Can I use a product on my stove because I got roaches coming out of there? Well, yes. In every service, we treat the stove, but if you're seeing them and that's the only place you're seeing them, there is an easy way to do this. Check this out. Voila, le stove. This is the average stove in America in an apartment. It's just your standard stove. There's a couple of places that you need to treat in order to do it. Now, you never want to put anything on the burners. And remember that these products will only last for several weeks working, especially in a hot area. So I'm going to show you. You basically are going to lift this up. And what I want to show you inside, let me put on the light. Every stove is going to have food product. There is a little grease in there. You're never going to be able to clean this stove. As clean as this is right now, it has to be cleaned again. If a roach makes it into your unit, to your apartment unit, to your home, they're going to find enough food to eat. Look at that oil, that little grease right there on the side of this. This has to be scrubbed. It's not a lot, but it's there. Look at it right there. I mean, how are you going to get way deep down inside there and clean all those little nooks and crannies and get 100% of that out? Once you have it in there, roaches like German roaches and American roaches will feed on that. So what you got to do is you got to get always as clean as possible. Hygiene is the number one thing, because remember, we're using baits to control all these pests. Well, guess what a bait is? A bait is a food product. And if you have competing food that they're already like eating, why would they eat our bait? So most people say, well, I tried the bait and it didn't work. Well, if it's really dirty, you're going to need to get it clean. I mean, this is pretty clean. There's, little coffee stains there. Looks like some liquid that fell through. But other than that, I mean, this inside is pretty clean. But understand, if you get roaches, they're always going to find something to feed on. So what do? Well, we're going to use our bait. Let me get our bait. All right, and we can open up the stove and find a little place where we can put the bait on the inside. So you want to put it in a place like that. All right, see that back there? There's that little dot. All right, there's a little dot right there. And there is a little dot right there in the back. See a little right there. You can put the bait there. You can put the bait right there. You don't want to use an enormous amount of bait, guys. Gals, doing this. More isn't better. The secret to this is coming back, if you're still seeing roaches, a week, 7 days, 2 weeks, even up to 30 days. Finding little places that you could hide it. Remember, the heat's going to destroy this very quickly the morning if you get a lot of heat in here. But if you're doing it at night, when you're not going to cook till the next day, they're going to have enough time for them to eat. You're putting it right there, the little clip, like right there would be a great place where they're going to travel along surfaces. Okay? If you're getting a lot of roaches, that's how you want to do the inside of this. All right, I'm going to show you how to do the rest of this. Legs. Whoop. Want to get it on the legs. Little dot, not too much. By the way, for this demo, we're using Advion. Advion Cockroach Gel Bait. There's always a link below in all of my videos where you can get the product. So you can order directly with free shipping. Full disclosure, I am a do-my-own marketer. So you can get all these products from Do My Own directly. All right, so we got that. So now we're going to pull the stove. Okay, so here's the back of your stove. Now, you don't need to put anything inside the oven or inside the stove. You need to get them to feed outside. What I like to do is a little dot like that every foot around the stove. Little tiny dot. If they're in here and they're in these little crevices, all of this in here, they're going to come out. So you don't need that much. You can see we've done this before. If there's an existing, you see them there. I like to put it in the crack. All right. So you can put it like right in there. Just a little tiny bit. You don't need too much. All right, you know, let me go back up here. There you go. All right. Down up here. Can we put it there? We can, boom, lay it right there. I like using these stainless steel needles. I buy them separately. These are 16 gauge stainless steel needles for precision. They're the best. Now, I don't like sticking anything inside the oven. If you're baking or you're cooking, well, it's going to volatilize in there. You don't want it. There's absolutely no need to really put anything inside that oven other than the gel bait. You also want to bait the cabinetry and the cracks and crevices. As you can see, I already did these cracks down here. See the bait that's right there? And then you want to do, you know, any other. I wish this thing would just focus right. I'm going to tell you what we're doing. Look, there's a little jelly bean there. I want to put it all the way around where that kitchen is being housed. Every little crack and crevice. All right. Top. The frame. Everywhere around this. Inside here. You want to get it, you know, and bait as far back as you can in that crack. All right. So you're doing it about every foot. Everywhere that you possibly can where they could possibly hide around that stove. That's basically how you treat a stove.